Hello everyone, it's Charles Norman here again with you from Professor Q Sports Solutions with another Professor Q product review. Now I get a lot of questions about what is the best basketball offense for a youth team. A lot of coaches are novices and not quite sure. Now I actually coach youth basketball for about 10 years, both boys and girls for my kids. And I can tell you it is one of the most difficult things to do is to find an offense, because at the youth level, unlike high school and college and the professional level, you don't get to pick the kids that are going to come and play for you. And you're getting different skill levels, and you're trying to figure out what can I do to get everyone an opportunity to play. And if you're trying to do all those things, well, you got a problem. Exactly what do you do? Now, I've done them all. I've done motion. I've done flex. I've done, I didn't try the triangle. That's a little too advanced, but I've done 5 out, 4 out, 1 in. We've run plays. We've done just every variation you can think about. UCLA, high post, I've done it all. Depending on the kids that I had, I was trying to find an offense that was simple to learn, but I could also develop the kids. One of the big problems with youth basketball is the coaches get their egos in it, and they're trying to put people in positions that they're going to be stuck with for life. So you got the tall kid on the team that doesn't get to dribble the ball. They're only 2 feet from the basket all the time, and they always have their back to the basket. You've got the little small guard that is handling the ball all the time, and then the majority of the other players are just running and doing plays and trying to either get the point guard to get the ball to the best shooter or to get the ball to the big person, and everybody else is just, hanging around. So finally, when my daughter had gotten to the 8th grade, I found the perfect offense. The perfect offense is from Better Basketball, and it's called Read and React. Okay, it's called the Read and React system. This is the best basketball offense for any youth program, period. And I don't care what anybody else tells you, this is it. You should get this program. Now, so let's talk a little bit about why this works so well. In every other offense, you have to have kids that have some basketball savvy and a certain set of skills. So if you're doing youth basketball, you've got players that just can't do a lot of things. Some can't dribble, some can't pass, some don't handle the ball very well, some can't shoot. They all have different skill levels. And you have a limited time to work with the kids. So if you're having a practice and you're working on ball handling and dribbling drills, you're wasting a lot of your practice time, and the kids get bored, basically. And then you can't give the kids that need extra time on each one of those things extra help. So what do? So what he's really done, Rick Torbert's the one that put this together. What he's really done is he's taken 3 things. He's taken European basketball, which is where they play a very movement-oriented basketball. No one has a set position in the European basketball. And when the Olympics or the championship games come up, take a look at the European-type basketball. There's a lot of movement. Manu Ginobili, take a look at how he plays. Okay, so he's taken that way of playing. And then he's done playground ball, so pickup basketball. He's taking the fundamentals of pickup basketball, putting them together, and then the final piece of it, he's taken the principles that we teach defense with and added it to offense. And so I'm going to explain a little bit of how all of that works to create the perfect basketball offense. Okay, so in pickup basketball, everyone is playing off the person with the ball. The person with the ball is king, and that's what happens in this offense. Whoever has the ball is going to dictate what's going to happen next. Okay, so if you're playing in a pickup game, the guy that has the ball, you may be trying to get open if you don't have the ball, but the guy with the ball is going to decide. He may just shoot the ball. He can dribble left or right, straight to the basket. He can dribble at you. He can wait for a screen. He can do so. He's going to dictate what's going to happen next, and that's just the way pickup basketball works. Okay, in European basketball, it's all about movement. Okay, so if you can't get the ball, then you move through and let somebody else fill in your space. If the person drives somewhere, then you make yourself available to them so they get the ball. So you rotate with them. Just watch how they play, and that's exactly how this offense was built. But here's the most important piece of it, the principles, playing by principles. So when every coach, why do you think every coach says defense is the most important thing? Now, I'm going to tell you why. They'll give you a bunch of reasons, but I'll tell you the real reason why. Because it's the easiest thing to teach. Because defense is based on a set of principles. You move based on where the ball is. And I don't care if you're playing man-to-man or you're playing zone defense. It really doesn't matter because it's really all just team defense. Okay? So the whole team is trying to protect the basket. They're trying to prevent you from creating a good shot. So when that ball moves, watch any defense. When that ball moves, even if it's man-to-man or if it's zone, everybody moves where that ball moved. Okay, so even if you're playing man-to-man, and your man is doing all kind of different things, when that ball swings to the other side of the court, you immediately go over to protect the middle of the area towards the basket. When it swings back to your side, the closer it gets to your man, the closer you get to your man. These are just principles. These are basketball principles, and coaches love to teach it because it's a set of rules. And so what he's done with this is he's created a set of rules, but the beauty of it is, and I'll give you an example of one of the rules. If you pass the ball one player away, you have to basket cut or X cut. Okay, so even if you don't know what X cut is, you know what a basket cut is. That means you pass the ball and you cut to the basket looking for a return pass. That's pretty simple basketball. But what if that's the rule? Now what happens is, let's say you have a player that's not used to playing a lot, and they're in the game, and you want to get everybody a chance to play. Well, that kid passes to his teammate or her teammate, and they know they have to basket cut. They're going to look good, and they're more confident on the court because that rule is the rule. It doesn't matter. Okay? And then the kid that caught the ball, let's say they don't know what to do. Now they know the person that passed the ball to them is now going to cut. So they are going to automatically look for that cut. That gives them confidence of knowing something's going to happen. Now, when the player cuts, the player opposite of them has to fill in that spot. Okay? So these are just the rules. I'm just giving you some examples of how this offense is built. Now, he's built it on a set of layers. So I think there's over 20 layers now. I think when I got the original version of it, there were like 17 or 18. I think there's 20 layers. I have taught this from every level. When my daughter's team was a really high-level team, a bunch of those girls actually got D1 scholarships. And I taught about 5 of the levels. So you can imagine there's 20 levels that I didn't even get close to doing a lot of the things. And I taught my kids the difference between 5 out, 4 out, 1 in, 3 out, 2 in, everything they need to know. They were able to learn because we were running this offense. This offense developed players. It's just the best offensive system you can possibly get for youth sports. Okay, and I mean that without getting any kind of compensation or anything like that. I really just want to help you guys. So even if you're a novice coach, you've never coached before, get this system. If you've been coaching for 20 years, get this system. It doesn't matter. If your kids are in the 3rd grade or if your kids are in the 12th grade or they're in college, get this system. You will not be disappointed. It is absolutely the best system I've seen out there. And here's the other thing that's really great about this system. Again, I talk about with youth sports, we want to develop players. So while you are doing your drills and stuff, you're actually learning the system. The kids don't even know they're learning it. Okay, so the drills that he gives you, you're actually going to be learning the system. Now, here's the, I won't say it negative, but here's the part that kind of gave me pause on this. I did this before with my daughter, and I was all ready to tell you guys about this about 1.5 years ago. But you guys know me really well. I don't tell you to get something unless it's proven that it can work for everyone that I'm telling you can work for. So what I did last year was I volunteered. Now, my kids don't play anymore. They're in college now. But I volunteered to coach some youth team, and I wanted to institute this, and I did it at the rec level. That means these kids can't dribble the ball. They can't do anything. I wanted to see lowest common denominator as far as playing ability and experience. Can I put this system in? And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy. But what I did, and because I knew it was rec ball, and I know the parents in rec leagues aren't as dedicated as other parents are. You know, they'll take a vacation or there's a birthday party, they'll miss practice and then come. And the league that I did it in, and I did this on purpose, every kid had to play if they showed up for the game. Now, I know for you travel ball and you AAU type club coaches, this would be a no-no. You don't come to practice, you don't play. But I purposely picked this league because I said, no matter what, I'm going to have to put these kids in the game. So I got to teach them enough. How good is this system that somebody can come to 2 or 3 practices and still be okay? And it worked out beautifully. Now, we struggled a little bit over time, but on our first practice, all of my players weren't allowed to dribble. And we won that game. Now, neither team was very good at that point, so that may be one of the reasons we won. But if they got the ball, they had to pass and they had to cut to the basket. Even if they were in the back court taking the ball out, you pass and you cut. You cut towards the basket and then you fill out. Okay, so that was our rule first off. Then I introduced the dribble patterns. So the way the dribble patterns work, when someone dribbles to the basket, you watch them. It's called read and react. The other 4 players watch the kid with the ball. Whatever they do, you have a reaction. You don't have to think. You don't have to do. You just follow what the reactions are, the principles. And once you follow those reactions, you don't have to worry about messing anything up. And it worked out beautifully. Now, we went about 6-6, but the kids got better. Every parent on that team came to me and they go, wow, they just seem like they know what they're doing. And they're unselfish with the ball. And, you know, they seem more confident. And that's what I was looking for. So I don't care who you're teaching. It works. And I feel confident now as I'm making this video that I don't care what level you are. I don't care how smart you are as a coach. This thing works. Now, actually what I was going to say earlier when I was saying there was one caveat, it is the cost of the system. Now, I have bought everything, and you guys have helped me out by watching my other things and buying products from me. But you're going to have to get the regular base system, which is, let me look at these. This is the Read and React system. It's now, I have the new version too. This is the original version, which had about 6 CDs in it. The new version I think has 2. Rick Torber's laid everything out, so you don't have to worry about it. You're going to have to get this. And then I had to get the practice. I had to get the video they have where they're actually showing you how to run a practice. I thought that was worth. Now, this is $180 for the offense itself, but everything you need is really in here. All the drills that you need to run are in here. The offense, how to use it against almost any type of defense, everything's in there. What every position does, what you should do in every incident, it's all in here. But I think you're going to want to get this too. And then I've actually bought the quick hitters, which is another one that I needed for the kids that I was playing with, that I was coaching. And I bought they have the spots on the floor where you can show the spots. I bought that. That was like $300. So it can get expensive, but you need to get the first version of it. Go ahead and get the regular Better Basketball Read and Reaction offense. Get that, and then move on to the other stuff if you want to. But I just want to tell you to get this. If you're going to coach basketball, and if you have a high school program, a junior high school program, a neighborhood program, and you're going to have kids coming through that, if you use this system, then as those kids progress, you know, there's some communities where the kid goes from elementary school to junior high to high school. They all go into a pattern. If you have that and you're a high school coach and you start with those kids and you guys all develop this program together, by the time they get to high school, they'll move like a school of fish. As soon as anything that happens, you'll have the best program around. I guarantee it. Okay. So anyway, that's enough for me. You know, I don't have any stock in the Better Basketball world, but you want to get this offense. If you want to know what the best offense is, this is it. Better Basketball, Read and React offense. All right. Thanks a lot. Keep them in the game. And watch the rest of our videos. I do a lot of these videos. Go to our website. If you're a parent especially, I give you a lot of resources and a lot of insight on what's actually going in. And I go all the way from before they go to their first practice at 5 years old to if you wanted to get them a scholarship. I cover everything because I was a parent. I do this as a parent, and I do it because I want the kids to play. All right. Anyway, best of luck to all of you guys. We'll talk to you later.